Okay, hey everybody. So, I wanted to tell you about this project that I'm working on. It's a self-driven project, and I'm doing a lot of things with watermelon, as you can see. This is where I started. I watched a video of somebody, and we did mixed media with watermelon. And, I mean, there's tons of things like this on YouTube. This was just a start. I made a pattern with this because this was low stakes. I knew it wasn't going to be good. So then what I realized is that there were color issues. So this is like this really hot pink, and it didn't go with the rest of them. And there were certain things I really didn't like as I was cleaning it up. And then there were certain things that I really did like. These were collaged, and then I just drew in the thing. I didn't really love this, but I did. This was all collage. This is a collage piece, and this is a collage piece, so I really liked that. So what I decided was there was something really, this is more me. So I made a bunch of sheets. I made a big green sheet that was kind of all, I've already cut it out a bit. And then I made some big red sheets that were solid. I made one, and then I made 3 sheets that were like this, where I'm just going in and cutting out pieces, which I don't think this is a good solution. I like the solid red piece better, and it has pink in it. Anyway, so I did make some in that green piece. I think I had another sheet. This is the second sheet. I already cut out all those, but there were some that looked like this. Then I felt like, okay, these could be solid little watermelons. And I had some that I ended up cutting and doing some things. I messed it up, actually. This is a mess up, but it's a start of something new. And so yesterday I took some of these little pieces, and I was having trouble. They were like this, and I may have cut and pasted a piece of green on there, like cut this so that the green would be behind. But I was having a block as I was trying to get some of the texture that I really loved in some of these, this really kind of rough, fun stuff that's going on. I like that some of it's pinker, this is probably too dark, but I liked some of the texturizing that was happening. And so I worked on this. Now there's a huge difference between these two, right? This is just the first pass. This is after I've worked on it a couple times with, different stuff, some ink tints, pencils, everything's under here, some Neocolor 2, and some Lyra crayons as well. I think that's really all I used. But so I just wanted to show you where I was in this process. So currently I have to work on these, and I have to work on these. And I was really having a block because, granted, I made some really ugly things like this. And to me, this doesn't even look like watermelon, but I still used it. Instead of just tossing it and not doing anything with it, I used it as the beginning. It's already messed up. I mean, I can't get any better. This is way too wide of a green part. So I first did this over here, and some of these are not, a lot of them were like just the same shape. I did cut some, and some are different paper, but I have some that are these longer pieces. So just trying to see, I made it more organic. Again, I'm using this thing that I did when I did my birds. But I think this works. And then I just added, I think it was just a green when it was still kind of wet after I used the water brush to sort of, some are pretty textured, and then some I've kind of faded back a little bit. When it was still wet, I used the ink tints pencil to draw in my seeds. But there's certain things that I really like, but I wouldn't know. I'm doing a lot, and you're probably like, you have enough, Diane. you don't, and I did some that were cut out like they were bites. I don't want them all to be like pizza shaped. I did some small ones. I think this is really the smallest one I have right now. I'm doing some different things on the rind. I didn't really do anything on the rind on this one. This is a pretty small one. I think, the watermelon that I bought the other day actually has some yellow. Like, that's where it's sitting on the ground. So I thought that was kind of nice. Some I think I'm overworking. So the goal is, and I added like this intense, it looks like it's green, but it's really like a yellow. I added that. I don't know if this is going to make the cut but what I'm doing is making a ton. And I mean, I think honestly I would have been like, oh, this is plenty. You have enough, but I don't. So then I started doing some that were different. Like I wanted to see, really, the rind is really small. And you wouldn't see this much rind unless it was like a big chunk and you were looking at it from the side. Well, then I would have perspective over here. And I was like, do I really want to wear? I don't know. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do some that are like this. This was really difficult because I needed to look at an image, and I really think this would have come up. So I may end up doing this again, but I don't mind this one. I think that there's something really good about the white edge and then this green. And I ended up kind of coming on top of the white a little bit, so I think that it works in a lot of ways. But now this is where I am currently. I have this sheet still to cut out, and pretty much I had another sheet like that one that I just showed, and I cut all these out, right? So I have all these. This had like a mistake on it. This is a little bit more pink, so I did add a good bit of red on, some of these. So maybe this one is more pink. Now some of these are weird. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but okay. So I have a lot of just flat ones. I still don't have anything really 3D like I was talking. So I still have to make these. Will I make all these? I don't know. This obviously is not a piece, but maybe it's a small piece and I use something. Because it was pretty big, I just saved it and gonna set it to the side. I have these. I didn't do anything with this one. This one sort of looks more like a cube one, or, I don't know which side because they're really straight. Maybe this doesn't make it. I'm just showing you. This is definitely a cube. There is nothing, there's nothing except a cube of, but there's cubes. I need something. Again, this is not really a shape, so I just cut around it so it gave me some white. This, I wasn't sure which edge was going to be the white edge. Some I clearly know which are going to be the white edge. But what I had done, obviously I cut those out. These I haven't finished. I haven't drawn. I think I need to do a little bit more on the rind. And I know these two are messed up, but I've drawn more on them. There was no white. That was what was missing. So again, these are opportunities to practice. This is 3 sheets of paper. I didn't want to cut a hole, but the perspective's off. So again, instead of being like, oh, I have to do this over. No, I need to make a bunch of these now. I probably need to make some more of like these. I need to work on the bottom of this. I don't like this one. I think this was too, but I really like the white in this. So maybe I adjust the bottom a little bit more. This one I don't like that there's yellow, but maybe I put a white Posca on it. I'm going to try to fix the ones that are yucky. I can throw them away if not. So there was no white. That was what was missing. But what I just looked at some pictures on Pinterest of watermelons and just kind of drew my own. I just needed perspective. And so now I'm going to try some. Obviously, maybe these are all just practice. Okay. But I needed to be able to see how to draw these. So I drew this too dark. So I'll lighten this. None of these are going to make it. they're all going to be collaged, but I had to start somewhere. Then I decided, well, do I want some, the personal watermelons are more round. So I thought, well, maybe I try that. This one, I sort of, mimicked this one, but maybe I would need to shave this, but really see the green comes up further, but oh well, it is what it is. Can I use this one? I don't know yet. I need to try some other ones that are closer to this and see if this works. But that's where I am right now. So I just wanted to show you what I was using. Derwent ink tints, and I just have a limited color palette. I have some pinks, some reds, some greens. I have a Stabilo white marker, and then I also have some a red and a pink. These two eco lines, which I really like. I also have these two solid markers by Sakura. They're paint markers, so I don't think I've really used this one because it's not really in the color palette, but I have used this one. It is more matte and orangey, but I have used it. I have some woodies. I have 2 woodies that I'm using. I don't know why I didn't pull the red woody, but they're water soluble, and I love these. A lot of Caran d'Ache, like this is another reject. It's wrong. It's too small. It's kind of the wrong color. But again, I'm not throwing it away. I'm like, okay, it was just one that was wrong. Maybe I'll make a card. Send that out. But I have my greens over here, I did. And I have and here's 2 Lyra crayons. I think I was making seeds with this one, which is, it's teal. What's it called? Malachite green. But on top of the red, it looks black. So I was good with that. Anyway, those are the tools. My new favorite pencil sharpener. And yeah, so that's it. I'm still making, and I'm going to be making a bunch, and I'll have maybe 100 things of watermelon, and that's okay, because then I have lots to choose from. I'm going to make one pattern with some of these watermelon. I may end up making another pattern with different shapes of them, and then I'm going to make other things. Will I always make this many? I don't know. Maybe not. But for me right now, for confidence, I need to know that I just have a ton to work with. I can make more sheets if I want, and I have a limited palette. And that's really it. Thank you so much for watching and going with me on this journey of exploration and experimentation and figuring out my next steps. I hope it helps you. I will go into how I built the birds or how I built these watermelons, and makes it really easy to put them together or glue them and then put them back together after I've already gotten them placed. But that'll be next time. And I'll tell you about why I like this new pencil sharpener. I'll link it up. It'll be underneath with some of the other things if I can figure out that I got them. But if you like this, please hit like and subscribe, and know that there will be more summer art party adventures through September. All right, have a great day.